Programmers need to learn from Spider-Man. I'm talking about the best Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, of course. Spider-Man Homecoming, because I was watching it just the other day, and there was such a beautiful analogy for Peter Parker using the suit that Tony Stark gave him with all of this technology and built-in AI to the vibe coders of today, which if you don't know what a vibe coder is, I kind of misunderstood it until the other day. I thought it was just you use AI to help you code, but no, vibe coding is you use AI to prompt everything so that AI does all of the coding, which is not a very good way to go about coding. One, it's not fun because then you're just stuck debugging, and that's like, my least favorite part of the job. But two, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to understand the code base. It's just a recipe for disaster. In this scene in Spider-Man, it just sums it up beautifully. Well, it's not just a single scene. It's like a multiple scenes, starting with Peter has the suit and him and Ned hack it to remove the GPS. And while doing so, Ned notices that he is in Training Wheels Protocol.
There's a ton of other subsystems in here. But they're all disabled by the Training Wheels Protocol.
What? Training Wheels Protocol? Turn it off.
So Ned reluctantly decides to deactivate it. The issue with this, however, is that Peter has not learned the basics. What Training Wheels Protocol was supposed to teach him, he doesn't understand the basics of the suit. He goes directly into unlocking all of the features of the suit, starting with Suit Lady.
Good evening, Peter.
Hello? Hello?
Congratulations on completing the rigorous Training Wheels Protocol and gaining access to your suit's full capabilities.
Ah, thank you.
And this leads to his first prompt to Suit Lady.
So where would you like to take me tonight?
I put a tracker on someone. He's a bad guy.
Tracker located. Plotting course to intercept target.
And just that simple prompt to Suit Lady results in, oh, now I know where their location is. Let's go. And then the next prompt is,
Hey, Suit Lady, what are they doing?
Do you want to hear what they're saying?
I can hear what they're saying. Yeah.
Activating enhanced reconnaissance mode.
and she's like, oh, do you want to hear what they're saying? And he's like, wait, I can do that? That's the problem. You're supposed to know what the suit can do and have Suit Lady help you, not Suit Lady tell you what the suit can do. At least not in the middle of a mission, right? Because instead of asking the question, hey, can you, I wonder what they're doing, you could have said, hey, activate enhanced reconnaissance mode. And it just would have flowed better instead of, wasting a couple seconds here and there conversing back and forth because you don't know what the suit's capable of. And then his next prompt.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little closer so I can see what's happening.
Would you like me to engage enhanced combat mode?
Enhanced combat mode? Yeah.
Activating instant kill.
No. I don't want to kill anybody.
Deactivating instant kill.
And this is the first big, oh, that was a bad prompt. Because, the first one, I think he was aware the bug that was being used to track is from the suit. So he figured that the suit could track the bug. So that's what he prompted. I'm looking for them. And basically she's like, okay, here they are. Whereas the next prompt was on accident. He's like, man, I wish I knew what they were doing. And she's like, oh, you can listen to them. He's like, oh, wow, that's cool. That's very helpful. But then this one, he's like, I'm going to get closer. And then she's like, oh, you want to activate enhanced combat mode? And he's like, yeah. She's like, okay, let's kill them all. And then, whoa, hold on. That's not I don't want to do that. And that's what you kind of hit with AI, is that if he knew what enhanced combat mode was, he would never say, yeah, let's do it because he doesn't want to use kill mode. Or he'd be able to specify, yeah, let's do enhanced combat mode, but not kill mode because I don't want to kill anybody. And he would know exactly what to ask of Suit Lady. And he would know how enhanced combat mode works, which he doesn't, as you can see.
Oh!
Did you hear that?
What the hell just happened? What was that?
You jumped off the sign and landed on your face.
And I just love that prompt because he's like, what the heck was that? And she just analytically says, well, you jumped off the sign and landed on your face. He's like, no, why did my web shooter not work? That's obviously what he meant because he didn't know why that happened because he wasn't familiar with how the suit worked. But Suit Lady was just like, oh yeah, I mean, that's how it's supposed to work. Shouldn't you know this? You see the analogy throughout this. We'll recap it at the end, but let's keep going.
Suit Lady, what's wrong with my web shooters?
Rapid fire is the default for enhanced combat mode.
Why would I need rapid fire?
And he doesn't know what's wrong with his web shooters because he didn't bother learning what the suit had to offer. And not only that, he doesn't even know why he would need rapid fire shooting. So Suit Lady's like,
Would you like to see more options? You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
Mr. Stark really overdid it.
then boom, Peter's just all overwhelmed. And then I guess he's looking and he's like, oh yeah, let's choose that one.
That one.
Great choice.
And just like AI, she's like, oh yeah, great choice. When he knows he just wants like a regular web to swing from, but he thinks he chose the right one. The AI thinks he chose the right one, and then he just...
No.
And then what Suit Lady says next is what all AIs should be saying to their user.
What was that?
Taser webs.
Taser webs? I don't want taser webs.
You seem to be very unfamiliar with your web shooter settings. Would you like to run a refresher course?
No, just you choose.
Sure thing.
And that right there, no, just you choose, that's the mistake that programmers make. It's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how any of this works. You choose. You know what you're doing. You can write all of this code yourself. So obviously you're pretty smart, smarter than me in coding. So you should know best. Well, how does that work out for them?
So, lady, what was that?
You told me to choose.
He thinks he's going to hit the guy with the web, but Suit Lady chose the split web because Suit Lady doesn't know. And he's like, what was that? You told me to choose. So you can't get mad at the AI for making the wrong decision that you didn't know the answer to either. And what happens next is probably the best thing that could happen to Peter. He gets locked in like this vault that he can't get out of. So he is forced to do that refresher protocol that he had done, that Karen, which he named it Karen, Suit Lady, had recommended earlier when she said, you don't know what you're doing. Do you want to do the refresher course?
Hey, Karen, what else can this suit do? What? Maybe we should run that refresher course.
So what did he do? He sat there and used Karen, the AI, to help him learn what the suit had to offer. He doesn't know everything, but he's much better acquainted with what the suit can do than he was before, that's for sure. And then something happens with Ned where he has to get out of this area that he's locked into. So he says,
Karen, you have to help me override that time lock.
and this is probably one of my favorite parts because it shows like the true use of AI. I guess the previous thing did too, where you can utilize artificial intelligence to help you learn these things, not just say, hey, you choose, because you saw how that turned out. But Peter Parker's a really smart kid. He knows a lot of math and physics and things of that nature. So you can see that he has manually set up his calculator to hack into this time lock, and he's running math formulas on his notepad and testing things out that he knows how it works.
Okay, Karen, lower the voltage and run it.
Trial unsuccessful.
Okay, we're just gonna have to try every sequence.
See, if he wasn't smart, he wouldn't have known to ask or try to lower the voltage and run it in order to kind of hack into the system and open up the doors. Even though it didn't work, it was worth trying out. But if he didn't know anything about it, he never would have been able to try it out in the first place, right? And then spoiler alert, he does end up getting out of the area.
Initiating trial 247.
It works! It works!
That adds nothing to what I was talking about, but, you know, since he was locked in there, I figured I would at least, you know, let you know that, hey, he did get out. And I feel like I don't really have to go super in depth to explain the analogy I'm trying to make here. I mean, this is kind of like an AI one-to-one. It's just this AI is about the suit, and Peter not understanding how the suit works, whereas when I'm talking to y'all, it's AI and the code, and people not understanding how the code works, and showing that if you rely entirely on AI to take care of the code, it doesn't work out too well. So what you ought to do is have your own training wheels protocol where you don't even use AI, you sit down and brute force learn how code works. Or, and this is what I really like, but it could be used incorrectly, and that is use AI to help you learn how to code. Don't depend on it, but also don't completely neglect it. Somewhere in the middle, so that it kind of expedites the process and maybe hold your hand a little bit, while also understanding that if your hand is held the entire time, you're never going to learn anything. So it's a balancing act, but using AI to learn is a great way to go about it. The next best would be not using AI at all, although I do understand how those can be arguable for 1 and 2. And then the worst way is just depending on AI for everything. So for all of you vibe coders out there, use AI responsibly. I do understand that it does kind of break down the barrier to entry if you have no clue about building anything. Like, it helps you kind of realize an idea, at least at the base level, and then maybe you can hire actual software developers to build it out properly or more, you know, with features and things of that nature, but to get an MVP or a prototype, okay, I can see that. And I don't want to neglect that. But if you want to be a software developer, just solely depending on AI is not going to help you. Using AI to your advantage and you understanding the code, you understanding the Spidey suit, the code, that's what's really going to help you. And I think that's all I got. This video, by the way, is sponsored by Marvel. No, I'm just kidding. That would be sick, though. I'd take a Marvel sponsorship, no doubt. No, in all honesty, what's probably going to happen is that Marvel is going to take this down, or Disney, that owns Marvel, is going to take this down because I use so much of the Spider-Man content, even though I feel like this is kind of fair use, right? Based on what I read, this is fair use, but it doesn't matter. They love to abuse the YouTube copyright system. All of these companies do. Hopefully this is up for a long time. I don't care if it's monetized or not. This is just a fun video. So Disney, if you're watching, just monetize it yourself. Don't take it down. Just you take the money. I don't care. But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No,
how it
no,
works.
please, Mr.
Let's
Stark,
have it.
you don't understand. Please, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?